Last time on Sailing One Life, we hiked the famous Le Soufriere volcano before sailing to Bequia to do a little scuba diving and celebrate Gary's birthday. We then prepared for our upcoming passage. Join us in this episode as we sail overnight from Bequia to St. Lucia. Hi, we're Brooke and Gary.
A year ago, we traded the American dream for our dream.
Welcome to One Life.
Let's do this!
After preparing all day, we were finally ready to leave. When we pulled our anchor up, Gary had to cut old fishing line from it. There is so much trash in our oceans. Anyway, our sail from Bequia to St. Lucia should take us approximately 14 hours. And since we don't enjoy coming into new anchorages after dark, we decided it is best to do an overnight sail, so we arrive in St. Lucia in daylight. The sky is beautiful right now.
It's like a hazy sunset.
Red sky in the morning, sailors take morning, red sky at night, sailor's delight. I don't know what a pink sky means. Hopefully that means it's gonna be like unicorn sailing. As we were pulling away from the anchorage, we received a call on our VHF. You guys know how ridiculous you are, right? Baby. Oh man, I love you guys so much. He's catching up and we're only doing 3 knots, so he'll be able to catch us pretty quickly. The waves look pretty nice though. I'm like, go, go, go! They have that popcorn! Oh my god, you guys are so crazy. We had a special delivery. Alright, he's here. He's approaching. Alright, have a safe sail. Thanks, Brandy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Bo!
Welcome!
That's awesome.
Oh my god. Saoirse and Bo and Brandy are just the best. So Bo makes really great popcorn, and I made a joke earlier saying I would really love some popcorn for our passage tonight. And literally we are quite a ways out of the anchorage and Bo brings us popcorn. They're an amazing couple. Passage popcorn is the best homemade caramel corn ever, and it's perfect for snacking along the way.
Give me my popcorn. Thank you, Bo and Brandy.
It's supposed to be your midnight snack.
It says caution addictive.
It's dinner time, and I am so glad that I made us pasta for tonight, so I only have to warm it up. So I don't know if you can tell or not, but we're heeled over pretty good right now. It's blowing about 20 knots out there. And so yeah, really like this. So the trick is to shut the microwave door as quickly as you can. This is what people don't tell you about sailing. You have to brace yourself. Depending on which tap we are on, our dishes will fall out of our cabinets. Grab it before it slides out. It's super annoying. All right, dinner is served. After dinner, it was time for my watch. It is 8:30 and I just went down to use the bathroom before my night watch at 8. And I heard a noise when I went down there. It sounded like it was coming from our steering. So Gary went down to check it out and it was our autopilot failing. So we will be hand steering the rest of our trip to St. Lucia. And this is super frustrating because it seems like every time we have a passage, our autopilot fails and Gary fixes it time and time again. But for some reason, the gears just keep failing. So obviously there's something larger going on there that we need to figure out. Yeah, so we're pretty good at hand steering now. I just got finished with my first watch. I just want you guys to kind of see what's going on right now. Although we had water coming up on our deck, One Life was smashing through these seas like it was no big deal. So no autopilot, We have seas about 6 to 8 feet, I would say. And it's flowing between 20 and 25 knots. Well, maybe 26 knots. Not the most pleasant sail we've ever had, that's for sure. But we're doing okay. Luckily, we reefed our main. We put a double reef in our main before we even left because we knew the wind would be pretty obnoxious tonight. So we wanted to make sure that our main was set up and we weren't messing with that in the middle of the night. So hopefully I can get some sleep before my next watch at 4. And maybe the wind will calm down a bit.
Good morning. It's about 6 a.m. and I'm just here watching the sunrise over St. Lucia. We passed the pitons, which are right back here. We're hopefully going to be able to hike them after we rent a car from Rodney Bay and drive down. But yeah, it was a bit of a long night. Didn't get much sleep. I had pretty rough weather, and without the autopilot, it's tough to get much rest. So anxious to get in and get anchored. I think we've got probably about 4 more hours. But it's nice now. The winds have calmed down now that we're in the lee of St. Lucia. And it's a pretty pastel sunrise this morning.
I'm sure the audio is going to be crap on this, but it's my turn for my shift. It's a little after 7 a.m. Gary and I got our shifts a little bit mixed up last night just because the autopilot wasn't working and we were taking shorter shifts. And anyway, but we are about an hour outside of Rodney Bay, and yeah, it's not been an easy sail just because of the sea state and the steady wind, but we're making it.
Made it to St. Lucia. We're here. We're tired. I'm going to sleep now. Well, I'm going to eat breakfast, then I'm going to go to sleep.
It was a pretty long sail for it only being 15 hours.
Another long sail without autopilot.
Brookie pilot kicked in about 2 a.m. and Gary took it about 4:30.
Even Brookie pilot needs a break.
Good night! Well, we slept the day away after our sail, so that sucks, but we'll be ready to do a full day of exploring tomorrow. We really needed our sleep. It was a pretty tough sail on us last night, and let's go see what Gary's doing.
The autopilot.
Super frustrated, Gary spent most of the night diagnosing our autopilot. All right, we are on our way to check into St. Lucia, and hopefully it goes smoothly since we slept the day away yesterday and didn't check in yesterday. For the record, not checking into a new country immediately upon arrival is not good practice, especially during a worldwide pandemic. But we previously alerted the harbor master of our arrival, so they knew to expect us late.
So we're here at Customs in St. Lucia at Rodney Bay, and hopefully we can get checked in okay. The sign upstairs said go to the Port Health Office, which we found here. Port Health Office.
Part of the fun when arriving in a new country is the customs procedures.
Doesn't look like much of a Port Health Office. Let's go back up to Customs and they'll tell us where it is. Okay. Customs said go back towards the dinghy dock and you'll find the Port Health Office there. We'll go check it out.
Okay, we just got our armband and our health clearance for the coronavirus, so now we can go to customs.
hell is an armband?
Let me show you what the armband is.
I don't no idea what that's for, but she handed them to us and said, have this.
No, this is so that we can walk around freely in the marina area. That's all we know. So she said to hold on to it at all times. So apparently it's our golden ticket to the marina. And of course, no one ever asked to see our armbands. Arriving by boat is much different than arriving by plane. Not only do we have to check ourselves in, but we need to clear in one life as well.
So we just got cleared in through customs, which takes care of the boat clearance and duty and that kind of stuff. But the immigration officer is not here. So they said to come back at 2 p.m. So no rush to do anything here. Island time.
I guess that means we can be on land. We don't really know. We weren't told.
Doesn't seem like they care too much, so we might go walk around a little bit.
To customs and immigration round 2.
So immigration was super easy.
It's really easy. They were super friendly and we're all set. So now we can go have fun.
And it only cost us 30 EC to clear into the country, which is $11 US.
Yeah.
So that's the cheapest we've seen yet.
Yeah.
In terms of cost to get into a country.
Sure.
So that's pretty cool.
It's beautiful here, so we can't wait to go check it out. What are you doing?
Hoisting our St. Vincent courtesy flag.
St. Vincent, huh?
St. Lucia. We have no idea where we are these days. We're in way too many countries. It's kind of fun. Hoisting our St. Lucia flag.
We are starting to get quite the collection of these flags. It will be fun to do something with all of them one day when we get back to land life. Okay, so let's get back to our autopilot issue.
So this is our steering setup on One Life. We're back under the aft bunk, and I've got this all opened up because our autopilot failed once again. These cables go up to the helm, and by turning the helm, it pulls these cables to move the rudder post back and forth. And then over here we have our autopilot drive. And I just moved this. This autopilot drive was mounted right in here and connected to a tiller arm underneath here. And the problem with that is it had to be connected to this closer hole on the tiller arm. So I think that was causing it to overload the gears in the drive, because 3 times now we've had the gears in this drive get destroyed. They're plastic gears and they can't seem to take much load. As you can see, I've moved it out to the outer hole on the tiller arm. So hopefully that's a little better leverage, and if we replace these gears, it'll last a little longer this time. But I'm also going to start looking at maybe replacing it with a hydraulic unit. We haven't really sorted out what's causing it to fail, so it might be time to re-engineer the whole thing. We're here in St. Lucia, and we haven't really gone to explore anywhere yet because it's been raining like nonstop for 5 days. But we've had enough, so today we're going to go into town, take a bus to Castries, and check it out. So on our way into the marina here where the dinghy dock is, we go by a little fisherman's wharf, and we saw a big animal flopping on the ground there, and it took us a second to realize what we were looking at. And then we realized it was a pair of large sea turtles, which apparently are legal to hunt here in St. Lucia for a couple months, even though they're a critically endangered species. So that's kind of messed up, and we're not feeling too great about that.
Yeah, not a good start to my day. I'm pretty disgusted right now. Makes me really sad. We met up with our friends on Two Shore and grabbed a public bus. The trip from Rodney Bay Marina to the city of Castries is about a 30-minute bus ride and cost us $2 US each way. public transportation in St. Lucia is cheap and easy. We wandered around town and checked out all the little shops before going to the Central Market. Upon entry to the market, we had to have our temperatures taken and hand sanitized. This market is full of local goods. There are plenty of local spices and a ton of homegrown fruits and veggies. From avocado to eggplant, this market had it all. Before leaving the market, we decided to grab a local lunch. We love trying new food, especially in places like this. I just ordered pigtail soup and I'm super excited about it. It looks amazing. What'd you get, Gary?
Roti. The only thing I ever get.
After lunch, we took a short walk to the largest church in the Caribbean. The Cathedral Basilica of the Immaculate Conception is 200 feet long and over 100 feet wide. The inside was full of color and unlike any cathedral we'd ever seen. After a full day of walking around town, we took the bus back home and called it a day. We are at the Marina Dinghy Dock waiting for our friends. We're gonna do a little rum shack tour here at the local town.
Gros Islet.
We walked to Gros Islet, a small village about 10 minutes from the marina. Here we spent our day and night bouncing around from bar to bar, trying the local rum and meeting locals. The rum was strong and the bars were just what we were looking for.
Touchdown!
The next day, we went for a swim. We decided to do a little free diving this afternoon, but we're not having great luck finding a good spot. Visibility sucks. We're not sure if it's because of the rain the past couple of days that we've had, or just because we can't find a good spot. Unfortunately, we never found a good diving spot. So we just got back to the boat from snorkeling and we found out some information that St. Lucia is starting to shut down, apparently starting tomorrow, and that really sucks because we rented a car for next week so we could go hike the Pitons and do a lot of hiking in the national parks here. Of course, the regulations aren't very clear, so we're gonna run into town and see if we can get some Wi-Fi to figure out exactly what's going on. I don't want to get stuck in St. Lucia. I'd rather be in Dominica. Follow along next time as we figure out what to do next.